Yo, what's going on, guys? My name is Alex, and this is my top 10 centers going into the 2022-2023 season. Couple things I want to say. I am not going to be projecting how good a player might be. This is just based off of last season, so don't expect a younger player to be higher because we assume they get better. I also have a couple of honorable mentions, and those are Clint Capella and Nikola Vucevic. I think if you look 2 seasons ago, they could have potentially been on this list, but their numbers for both of them have just dropped quite a bit, and the role on the team has lessened, which in turn has lessened their impact on winning. With that out of the way, we'll start at number 10, and at number 10, I have Robert Williams. The Time Lord is one of the best defensive anchors in the NBA. He is great at switching onto guards and being able to keep up laterally, contesting shots on late closeouts, and having an insane second jump to contest or block again. And it's something not a lot of players can say they can do. However, his offensive game is pretty limited. He's mainly used as a lob threat, but something that goes under the radar is his passing ability. He only averages 2 assists, but when you realize only 11% of Celtics plays this season were ran through Robert Williams, which was the lowest for the team, it makes those assists more impressive. Williams is very young still, and he could potentially move up on this list as time goes on. At number 9, I have Jonas Valanciunas. Valanciunas is a player who gets almost ignored, and I can't seem to understand why. Since being traded from Toronto in the 2018-2019 season, Jonas has proven to be one of the most reliable centers in the game, being one of the best rebounders and post scorers in the game, while this season adding a 3-ball where he shot 36% on 2 attempts. Although he is very stout and a big center overall, he isn't the best defender, and at many times against the Suns in the playoffs, he was played off the court, which is why he wouldn't be placed higher. But make no mistake, Valanciunas is a legit center and a great fit with the Pelicans roster. At number 8, I have DeAndre Ayton. Ayton will be on the Suns again after they matched the offer the Pacers had, and if the Suns weren't being so weird about keeping him, they would be ecstatic to have him back on this team. Ayton is a great rim roller, rim protector, and even has a nice face-up game. However, a big complaint with Ayton is how he doesn't get utilized properly, and I think I would agree with that. He has the skills and potential to be a great offensive big, but his role has been lowered due to just how talented the Suns team is. If Ayton could see more touches, I think he would for sure be higher on this list, but that probably won't happen until he's on another team. At number 7, I have Damonte Sabonis. Sabonis is a Swiss Army knife on offense, with him being able to post up, face up, shoot the mid-range, and be a great finisher, and also be a great playmaker for his position. He was always great when he played for the Pacers, but after being traded to the Kings, I think he could improve even more. Having a quick point guard in De'Aaron Fox, along with shooters like Malik Monk, Kevin Huerter, and Harrison Barnes, can really open up the court for all of them. The Kings will still be one of the worst teams in the league, but I think Sabonis and the Kings can potentially make it to the play-in tournament. At number 6, I have Jaren Allen. After an incredible season which saw Allen become a first-time All-Star, his value has shown around the league. He proved to be an incredible pick-and-roll partner next to Darius Garland, and even with an awkward fit next to Mobley, his quickness allowed them to prosper and be an absolute menace in the paint. Allen is one of the best shot blockers in the league, and his ability to move around the court and guard smaller players was huge for the Cavs and almost gave them a playoff spot until he injured his finger and missed a handful of games towards the end of the season. The Cavs went into the play-in and ultimately lost. With Donovan Mitchell on the team, look for Allen to continue to impact winning and possibly be even better. At number 5, I have Bam Adebayo. Bam is undoubtedly one of the most versatile big men in the league, and although he's undersized for his position, this helps him keep up with quicker players, but he's just tall and quick enough to be impactful as a rim protector. He also had his best offensive season last season. Bam's skill set can very well put him higher on this list, but his offensive consistency in the playoffs was a huge bummer. His points per game dropped him to about 15 points, which is still good, but when watching him play, you could tell he wasn't as aggressive as he could be. He was deciding to be a lot more passive by passing the ball, which he is very good at, but I think this hurt the Heat's chances at making it to the finals, so hopefully Bam can come back next season and improve when it matters the most. At number 4, I have Rudy Gobert. Gobert is one of the best rim protectors in the NBA, and his impact can be seen through almost all defensive advanced analytics, which I personally don't care enough to spew out, but you could just see his impact when he was on the court with your eyes. The Jazz were constantly one of the best defenses in the league, and Gobert was really the only notable defender on the team. Just his presence alone catapulted a great defense. Now on the Timberwolves through trade, Gobert will be able to provide them a defensive anchor, which they've needed for a while now. Gobert is limited on the offensive end, but that shouldn't be too much of an issue with multiple scoring threats on the T-Wolves. At number 3, I have Karl Anthony Towns. That's right, the T-Wolves have 2 top 5 centers on the same team, and while that is impressive, it will be interesting to see how they will both fit together. Cat is one of the best 3-point shooting big men of all time, and currently the best one in the league. Overall, Cat, he's very skilled on the offensive end, being able to put the ball on the floor and also being a great distributor. What Cat lacks though is defense, and now with Gobert on the team, that shouldn't be that much of an issue. What Cat should focus on though is his foul trouble that he faced in the playoffs. He averaged 4 fouls a game, and this a lot of time impacted how effective he was because he wasn't receiving consistent playing time due to foul trouble. I think if that is fixed, Cat could be even more dangerous in the playoffs, and the T-Wolves could be a team to look out for. At number 2, I have Joel Embiid. Embiid just finished a dominant season that saw him win the scoring title through his all-time post play and ability to space out the floor. Embiid also improved as a playmaker for his team, which opened up the floor for him a lot. Embiid is one of the best defenders in the league as well. However, I can't put him at number 1 due to him just not replicating his performance in the regular season in the playoffs. I know he was dealing with a bunch of injuries, but he still decided to play through it all, and his scoring average dropped down to 23. And when you and number 1 are so close in talent, I just have to bring up the nitty gritty. The 76ers had a great offseason, and as long as Embiid is healthy, they should be able to make the conference finals and potentially the finals. And at number 1 for my top 10 centers, I have Nikola Jokic. Although Jokic doesn't have the two-way ability like Embiid, he has improved to an average defender while being one of, if not the best offensive player in the league. Without his second and third best players, all season, Jokic was able to bring the Nuggets to the 6th seed in the West and secure a second MVP award. Although the Nuggets lost in 5 against the Golden State Warriors in the first round, Jokic elevated his MVP performance where he averaged 31 points, 13 rebounds, and 6 assists on 64% true shooting and 57% from the field. With a healthy roster next season, I expect the Nuggets to make a push for another conference finals appearance, and Jokic will continue to lead one of the best offensive teams in the league. Well, there's my top 10 centers right now. If you enjoyed, like the video and sub. This is my last video ranking all 5 positions, so if you missed any of my other rankings, make sure to go check those out. All my socials are in the Linktree link below in the description, along with my podcast channel, so if you're interested, go check it out. Anyways, I'll see y'all later. Peace out.